Hello, fourth grade. This is your work for Thursday, April the 7th, and we're going to be on lesson 102, tens and hundredths on a number line. Alrighty, so we have used decimal numbers to name lengths that include a fraction of a centimeter. For instance, the length of this segment on page 649 can be written as 23 millimeters or 2.3 centimeters. Why can it be written as millimeters? Because there is 10 millimeters in a centimeter. So if it's 2 centimeters, think about it. Convert that to 20 because that would be millimeters, and then 0.3 would be 3 centimeters. So that would be 23 millimeters 23 millimeters and 2.3 centimeters. Likewise, on this number line here, on the following number line that we're going to talk about here, is the distance between every two whole numbers is divided into 10 equal parts. And we'll go over here, over this number line on the board here in a few minutes. The arrow is pointing to the number 3 1/10, which we can write as a mixed number or as a decimal number. So look here. So we're going to look here. How many spaces are there between each whole number, fourth graders? So count with me. There's 1 space, 2 space, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There's 10 spaces between each whole number. So if my arrow is pointing to this second number here, the first tick mark after the whole number, my decimal number would technically be 3.1. Or I could also say 3, I put the whole number first, and it's in my 1/10 spot. Okay, it not only can be written as 3.1, but it could also be written as 3 1/10. All right, why can it be written as that? Well, we can write it as a mixed number. We can write that number as a mixed number, number 1, or we can write it as a decimal. Just because it's between two whole numbers, it's going to be a mixed number because it's not exactly a whole number. It's going to be a mixed number here between the two numbers. So if the distance between whole numbers on a number line is divided into 100 parts, then points between whole numbers may need to be written with 2 decimal places. The arrow on the next one here, and I didn't write this one on the board because there was lots of tick marks there. The arrow below is pointing to 3 25 hundredths, which can be written as 3.25 or 3 25 over 100th. Okay. If you were to inspect a meter stick is a long yardstick. There's a long, it's like a ruler, but you'll see that it's divided into 100 centimeters. Each centimeter is worth, or is 1/100th of a meter. So a pencil that is 18 centimeters long, or 0.18 hundredths of a meter, it's 18 hundredths of a meter. So let's look at example 1 first. Okay, example 1, and we're going to do some examples on the board here. Santiago is 162 centimeters tall. What is Santiago's height in meters? 100 centimeters equals a meter. So Santiago's height is 1 meter plus 62 centimeters. So again, 100 centimeters equals a meter. So you would have to remember that it would be 1 meter entirely plus the 62 centimeters, which would stay at 62 centimeters because that does not equal that. So how would I write this? I would write it as 1. Can you see there? Yes. 1.62 meters. Okay. That's how you would write it. As centimeters, you would write it 162 centimeters. Okay, with no decimal there whatsoever. All right. Let's look at example 2. I did example 2, letter A on the board. Write the decimal to which the arrow points. So if you are looking at this letter A here, look at how many spaces are between the whole numbers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There's 10 spaces between each whole number. So if I'm at 9 and between 10, that means that my decimal number or my whole number, I'm going to write 9 first, and then I'll put my decimal here and figure out. Okay, this is 9.1, 9.2, 9.3, 9.4, 9.5, and 9.6. Okay, remember it's like 9.1, 9.2. I can't write that small here. 9.1, 9.2, 9.3, 9.4. It's like you saying that. Okay, and then so on. So as a decimal, you would write it as 9.6 or 9 and 600ths. Sorry, and 6/10. So I would write this as, just as it's read, 9 and 6/10. Okay, so as a decimal, it's 9.6, and as a mixed number, it's 9 and 6/10. All right, letter B. Notice there that number line on letter B is a lot longer. You can see that it's at 7.0, 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, 7.4, 7.5. So what it is you would have to, since it already has a decimal, you would basically count like it would be 7.51, 7.52, 7.53, 7.54, and so on. That's right after 7.51, so the next one would be 7.52, okay? So the answer for letter B would be 7.52. How would I write this as a mixed number? It would be 7 and 52 over 100, okay? And that's that. All right, let's see, where are we at? All right, alrighty, rounding. Now we're gonna get into rounding. So look at example 3. Round 9.6 to the nearest whole number. Letter B. Round 7.52 to the nearest 10th. So with those two numbers, with rounding, if a number is closer to anything that is after 5 or more, so 9.5, 9.6, 9.7, 9.8, 9.9 is going to be rounded to 10. Anything that is 9.4 or less is going to be rounded down to 9. So here we have 9.6, so I can round that to the nearest whole number. Okay, if I had this right here, this is closer to 10, so my rounded number here would be 10. Okay, however, if my arrow was right here, my rounded number would be 9. So if they're asking you to round 9.6, this is 9.6, to the nearest whole number, you would round it to the number 10. Okay, so that's the answer for example 3. Round 7.52 to the nearest 10th. Okay, again, here I have 52, 7.52 right here. Okay, this is closer to 7.50 than it is to 7.60. Do you see how that example 2 is actually going by 7.5, 7.6, 7.7, and so on? Okay, so that's how we round those numbers. If it's closer to the decimal place, so closer 4 or less, it's going to be rounded or stay the same. But if it's 5 or more, then it's going to be rounded up. Okay. Alrighty. Estimate the sum of 4.87 and 3.11 nearest to the nearest whole number. So first we round 4.87. Let me see here. What can I round 4.87 to? They're asking you to round it to the nearest whole number. So what could I round that to? Okay, I could round that to, this is closer to 5, so I'm going to round this to 5. And then they're asking us to round 3.11. 3.11 would be closer to what? To 3. So we're going to do this. Okay, what's the sum? 8. Okay, 8 is the sum. All right, you're going to skip an activity there and do lesson practice, letters A through K on your own piece of paper. Let's just do letter A together. Mackenzie jumped over a bar that was 167 meters high. How many meters high was the bar? Okay, if they're asking you basically just to convert it to meters. Remember how we did this here? Okay, 162 centimeters, we converted it to meters because there's 100 centimeters in a meter. Okay, I can convert the 100 to 1 meter. 100 centimeters to 1 meter, and then I can convert the 62, just leave it as a decimal. So what would that be? The answer would be 1.67 centimeters, okay? Write the decimal number and mixed number to which each arrow is pointing to for letter E, F, and G. Where's B? Did we do, Oh, there's B, sorry. Write the decimal number and mixed number to which each arrow is pointing to. Letter B, what decimal number or what mixed number is that pointing to? Just letter B there. Letter B is 5.5, or as a mixed number, it would be 5 and 5/10. Okay, you're gonna do letter C and D then. Okay, letter E, we're just gonna do E together. Let's see. What number is that pointing to? The arrow letter E pointing to? It's 4.05. Notice how many, I think there's 100 little tick marks there between the whole number and both whole numbers. So it would be 4.05, not 4.5. Why? Because it's not representing tenths. It's representing 1/100. So it would be 4.05. Okay, and it would be written as a total different mixed number as well. It would be 4 and 5/100. Okay. All right, and do the rest on your own piece of paper, on your piece of paper there, and then make sure you do written practice numbers 1 through 30. Okay, if you have any questions, please contact me. Let me know. Have a great day. Bye-bye.